Hi, my name is Joelle and I've taken my weather observations in Ketchikan, Alaska. My weather observation site is located out in my yard, where I'm sitting in a valley with my northern, eastern, and partially my southern sides closed in by mountains. I conducted my weather observations between April 16th and April 20th, 2012, between approximately 3:30 and 4:30 Alaska Standard Time. The National Weather Service collects its data from the Ketchikan International Airport, which is about 3 miles away from my observation site. Over the week, the air temperature steadily dropped 2 to 3 degrees each day throughout the week. On Monday, April 16th, 2012, it was 52 degrees Fahrenheit, and on Tuesday, it dropped to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Wednesday dropped even farther to 47 degrees Fahrenheit, went up 1 degree on Thursday to 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and then dropped back down to 47 degrees Fahrenheit on Friday. Here's the surface map for April 16th. This is where Ketchikan is about. We are sitting here in a low pressure system at about 1001 millimeters of mercury. The air pressure at my weather station was 1006 millimeters of mercury, pretty close. This is the weather map for the same day. There's a low pressure system with a stationary front running over southeast Alaska. There were showers and fog in southeast. My first weather observation was taken on Monday, April 16th at 3:32 p.m. Alaska Standard Time. The temperature was 52.4 on both the left and right thermometers. The sky was complete overcast with nimbostratus and cumulus clouds. The cumulus layer was a very fluffy white layer. There was a very light rain. There was a slight northwest wind. I scaled this at a number 1 because it was a very light breeze which I could feel in little whiffs on my face. This wind was not even seen on the smallest branches in my yard, but was able to slightly push the rain at an angle. The average maximum temperature for the day is 53.9 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average minimum temperature for the day is 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit. The National Weather Service temperature at the time of my observation was 52 degrees Fahrenheit. This is exactly what the temperature at my weather station was. This is the surface map for April 17th. There is a low pressure system, and Ketchikan is sitting at about 1012 millimeters of mercury. At my weather station, the air pressure was 1011 millimeters of mercury. Here's the weather map for the same day. There is rain just south of Ketchikan, and there is a low pressure system with a stationary front north of Ketchikan. My second weather observation was taken on Tuesday, April 17th at 3:46 p.m. Alaska Standard Time. The temperature was 50.5 on the left thermometer and 50.6 on the right thermometer. The sky was a flat layer of nimbostratus clouds with a few dark cumulus clouds towards north. There was no precipitation today. There was a north wind, which I scaled at a number 2. It was slightly stronger than yesterday, which was a number 1, and was slightly moving to the light branches on the tree in my yard. The average maximum temperature for the day is 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average minimum temperature is 40.9 degrees Fahrenheit. The National Weather Service temperature at the time of this observation was 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which was also the temperature of my observation. I do not have the weather map or the surface map for April 18th, but I will read my weather observation. My third weather observation was taken Wednesday, April 18th at 4:18 p.m. Alaska Standard Time. The temperature was 47.4 on the left thermometer and 47.5 on the right. The sky was covered in nimbostratus and very low cumulus clouds, which were both light and dark. There was fog off in the distance to the north and northeast. The wind was a very light breeze, scaled at a number 2 on the Beaufort scale. The average maximum temperature was 55.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and the minimum is 36.8 degrees Fahrenheit. The National Weather Service temperature at the time of this observation was 46 degrees Fahrenheit. This is 1 degree short of mine, and I would not call it incorrect. This is the surface map for April 19th. There is a low pressure system over in southeast. The air pressure this map shows for Ketchikan is 1008 millimeters mercury. At my weather station, the air pressure was 1003, just a little lower than the surface map shows. This is the weather map for the same day. There is a low pressure system with the stationary front moving north into southeast. There is also rain. My fourth weather observation was taken Thursday, April 19th at 4:06 p.m. Alaska Standard Time. The temperature was 48.5 on both the left and right thermometers. The sky was nimbostratus clouds with both light and dark cumulus. There was rain with no wind. The average maximum temperature was 57.7 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average minimum temperature was 39.9 degrees Fahrenheit. The National Weather Service temperature at the time of this observation was 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and this was the same temperature that I had taken during my daily observation. This is the surface map for April 20th. There are a few lower pressure systems over and around southeast Alaska. It looks like Ketchikan is sitting at about 1004 millimeters mercury. At my weather station, it was 1011 millimeters of mercury. This might be because I am mistaking where exactly Ketchikan is because there are so many lines. It could be 1008 millimeters of mercury, which would be a little closer. Here is the weather map for the same day. Ketchikan has showers and a cold front over southeast. My final weather observation was taken on Friday, April 20th at 3:42 p.m. Alaska Standard Time. The temperature was 47 degrees Fahrenheit on the left thermometer and 47.2 degrees Fahrenheit on the right thermometer. The sky was only partially covered for the first time during my observations for the week, and was the final day. There were only a few thin, dark cumulus clouds with no precipitation at that time. The average maximum temperature was 59 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average minimum temperature was 39.7 degrees Fahrenheit. The National Weather Service temperature at the time of this observation was 47 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the same exact as my weather observation.